Hi everyone, Amber here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to day 5, which is the final day of my Craftmas series. This has been a 5-day series showcasing a new project every day and how to create it for 5 days in a row. So if you missed the first 4 videos in this series, I will have all of them linked down below in the description box so that you can check them out. In today's video, we are making some teeny tiny square mini albums with some gift boxes to tuck them away in. So let's go ahead and get started. So I am using 3 pieces of chipboard to create the gift box. My covers measure 3.5 by 4 inches, and the spine measures 1.25 by 3.5 inches. The paper I'm using to wrap my chipboard pieces measures 4.5 by 11 inches, and I am just adhering my chipboard pieces to the paper using some 1/4 inch double-sided tape. I trimmed a bit of paper off just to make it more even on all 4 sides of my wrapping paper, and now I am cutting the corners of my paper off. When I do this, I'm being careful not to cut up right against the corners of the chipboard. You want to have a little bit of paper left over so that you can have a nice clean look to your gift box. I am going to be adding some machine stitching to my gift box base. So to do this, I just used a pencil and a ruler to outline all along the edges of the front of my gift box, and then I went off camera, added some stitching, and now I'm going to continue with the wrapping process. So to do this, I am first starting by adhering the longer sides down, and then before I glue the shorter sides down, I use my scoring tool to tuck in that excess paper we had left over on the corners of our chipboard, and this is going to give us a nice clean finish. Then I adhered those down, and now I'm moving on to the lining. So the lining of my gift box measures 3.25 by 9.25 inch, and I'm using some double-sided tape to adhere that into place. Before I glue that down, I am adding some ribbon. So this is optional, but this is what will be keeping our gift box closed, so keep that in mind. So I just used some double-sided tape, measured out my ribbon. Make sure you have enough left over on either side that you will be able to tie it closed. I added that straight to the base of the project, and then I added the lining right over it. Now I'm scoring up on the score lines, folded the gift box over, and now it's time to move on to the actual box part. So I have a piece of paper that measures 5.75 by 6.25 inch, and all I'm doing is scoring at 1.25 inch on all 4 sides of this paper. Then I'm taking each square in each corner of the paper and turning it into a tab by cutting up on the score line, and then I am going to flip all of those tabs in and add some adhesive to the backs of them. Then I am just going to assemble this box by gluing the tab to the inside of the panel that is adjacent to it. Make sure everything's nice and even and secured down, and then we have our box. Now I'm going to be adding some of my double-sided tape. You can use any adhesive that you feel comfortable with, and I'm going to add that to the bottom and one of the shorter sides of the box. Then I'm going to grab my base with the chipboard, and I am going to adhere this down to the right hand side of the inside. So I'm removing the backing of my tape from the bottom and the shorter side. The bottom is of course going to be glued right to the bottom of the inside, and then I am going to just flip up that spine part of my gift box and adhere that to the shorter side of the box. Now you can see that this will tie together and close nice and perfectly. I'm trimming the excess ribbon off. And here are 2 other ones that I made. I made a whole little set of these using the Sweet Story collection from Crate Paper. And now it's time to move on to the albums. So these albums, like the base of our gift box, require 3 pieces of chipboard. So my covers measure 2.5 by 2.5 inches, and the spine measures 1 inch by 2.5 inches. So these are teeny tiny little albums. The wrapping piece of paper for this mini album measures about 3.5 by 7.5 inches. And I am doing the same exact thing here that I did for the gift box. So this project basically requires a lot of the same steps, so it should be easy in that regard. Again, I want to add some machine stitching to the cover of my mini album. So using my pencil and my ruler to mark out a template for that. And then I went off camera, stitched it, and now I am just cutting off the excess thread and erasing any of those pencil marks that you can still see. Now I'm continuing once again with the wrapping process. So I folded over the longer sides first, tucked in the corners on the shorter sides, folded those over, adhered them down, and now I'm going to add the lining. So the lining for this project measures 2.25 by 6 inches. And I am just using, again, some double-sided tape to adhere that down. Make sure that you take the time to line it up nice and even. And then find those score lines by gently folding up your covers, score them, and now it's time to move on to the pages. So the pages of this album are super, super simple. They measure 2 by 4 inches, and all I'm doing is folding them in half. So once I have that done, I am going to use some elastic to hold them in place. I think that this makes a super quick, cute album. There's not that many hard steps to it. You just have to fold the pages in half and secure them with some thread or elastic, which is really simple. So I am just tying some white elastic thread to the covers of the album right now. I like to tie them on the covers. It's easier than trying to tie them on that teeny tiny spine that we have. And I am doing 2 on either side, and then the middle one I'm going to add some beads and a little white heart charm too, just to kind of decorate up the outside of the album a bit more. So I got these beads off of Amazon in a bulk pack. I like how they're all different colors. It works great for lots of different projects. And I'm just adding those until I have about the length of my spine. And then I am just going to tie that elastic into place as well. And once I have that done, the next step is to move all of the elastic over to the spine, and then I'm going to take all 5 of my pages and just slip those onto the elastic. And then this project is ready for all of the fun embellishments, which is personally my favorite part. I like decorating more than assembling everything together. And now here is a look at my finished projects. So I have 3 of these books that I made. I think they're so cute. This collection is really fun to work with, and I'm happy with how they turned out. So I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video, as well as the 4 others in this series. Like I said, those can be found linked down below in case you missed them, as well as all of the measurements for this project. So I will see you guys in my next video. I hope that you all have a safe and happy holiday. If you have any questions regarding this project, feel free to leave them down below and I will get back to you. So until next time, take care and happy crafting. Bye.